They could have picked any venue in the world, but they chose this one for a reason. What an atmosphere. This is the Lighthouse Theater. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Terrence "Bud" Crawford, 173 centimeters tall, tipping the scales at the 135-pound. And here he is, Bud Terrence Crawford, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world, fighting out of Nebraska, USA, one of the greatest. Marco Antonio Barrera, an absolute legendary warrior, a world champion in 3 different weight classes, fighting out of.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
People are arguing about this in the street, in the pubs, in the bars, and this is why it gets giddy, it gets exciting. The anticipation, second to none.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only... And there's the bell for round 1. No rest for the weary. Swing and a miss with that jab. Well done with that counter shot. The audience absolutely right on top of you in this very special environment here.
For a fighter walking into a theatre, I think this is the closest thing to fighting in a gym because the people are up close. You can hear people talking ringside. You can hear people jeering, saying how good you are, saying how bad you are. You can hear the pressure. The expectation.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? You got to like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
And he just missed with that left jab. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Dominance, without a doubt, made look so easy.
What do we expect to see here in round 2? Big hook doesn't land. The perfect counter lands. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
He misses with that right hand. There's a counter shot. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
That counter shot lands. Those counter punches have to hurt. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Catch and shoot. The straight right just misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
On to the third. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. Nice counter. Missing with that jab. The straight right just misses. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? And he scores with the counter. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talking about Crawford in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there.
Here we go to the fourth round. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
When you watch lightweights, you expect high-level footwork and hand speed, and that's what we're getting here this afternoon. And he misses with that jab. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. They both want a knockout, you can tell. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talking about Crawford in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
Every second, every minute.
There's the bell to start round 5. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Here we go with these two lightning-quick lightweights.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown their shots. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That counter punch caught him clean. Didn't land that jab. A straight right just misses. They both want a highlight reel knockout. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. About Crawford in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy. This is the beginning of round 6. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork, or you're going to be a cooked goose.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A straight right just misses. A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next. Here comes round 7. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
It's all offense all the time. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Timing beats speed, speed beats power. Both men step back for just a moment. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Did you see that? Crawford is dazed. Talk about Crawford in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Come on, you're back into the fight.
And they're back at it again here in round 8. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Both men step back for just a moment. That jab misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. What a dominant performance, and it shows up on the judges' scorecards as a unanimous decision victory.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous